Hello everyone, welcome to Oracle F1 channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about Oracle 12CR2 PDB restoring from remote container. Seed PDB, seed pluggable database. In our assumption, in my case, there is that source container. It does not have that unusable seed PDB. So I am going to recreate it from remote container PDB pluggable seed pluggable. Okay, so let's go to the tutorial. And earlier two videos we have discussed about restoring that seed PDB with backup and without backup. This is also without backup, but we are going to cloning from remote container seed PDB. Okay, let's see how it is creating from remote container. Let's go to the tutorial. So here I have come up with that documentation and steps. In this previous video, I have explored the method for recreating a missing corrupted seed pluggable database by cloning an existing pluggable database. However, that method requires that existing pluggable database to kept in read-only mode for purpose of cloning. In the method of cloning an existing pluggable, we will eventually clone everything from the existing pluggable database and probably include application-specific objects which we can do not want to keep in the seed pluggable database. Therefore, it would not be a good idea to recreate the seed pluggable database for cloning an existing pluggable database. Alright. So, we have another option for recreating a seed pluggable database which can be used to avoid cloning an existing pluggable database and prevent copying application related object in seed pluggable database. Alright. In this method, we can use seed pluggable database PDB seed from another compatible container database to recreate the unusable seed pluggable database PDB seed in the required container database as shown in the following diagram and the scenarios. In the following example, I will use the seed pluggable database PDB seed from remote container database CDB2 to recreate that to that seed pluggable database in the local container CDB database CDB1. So what I need to do here, the demonstrator, I'll show you the demonstration. Here the database is source container, mean local container. Okay, CDB1. So I have another database running remote container. This is remote container. So what I'm going to do, first we need to put a TNS entry from the target container TNS entity, so local container. So this is remote container. I'm putting in this. I'm taking this TNS entities too, because we need to create DB link so that we can cloning purpose. So this listener TNS entry we need to put it in here. I already put it in this TNS name Stadora. You can see here. So I have already made the TNS entry. So you can TNS ping. So it is connected. So it's perfectly working. So we are good to go to next step. So I did the TNS entry to put in source site. I mean that local site. I have made that entry and did that TNS ping, and it is working fine. Now we need to create a DB link from local local to remote container. So here we are going to create this is local DB. Okay. Here it is PDB seed is there. So what we will need to we are going to drop and rekey from remote container. So what I am going to do, alter system set underscore oracle. So I am going to bring down this one, alter pluggable database, close, immediate. So PDBs, select name from $data file. You can see here PDB, this is the PDB location. So PDB seed location. So what I am going to do, drop pluggable database PDB seed including data files. So you can see here this file won't be available now. Okay, so in our case there is no PDB, I mean PDB seed PDB, it is not there, we have dropped. So what I am going to do, like now I am going to create with that a container. This is a target container. This is a target container entry. I am going to create the database link in source. So I have created the database link using that target container. Okay. So I am validating that it's working or not. The debugging I am validating it is working fine. Okay. Then you can validate as well. Like this is also working fine. So what we can do, you can see I am fetching the info from the target container PDB seed. So here there is no PDB seed. So we are going to clone from there. Okay. We have created a database link in the local container the CDB1 to the remote container of CDB2. Now we will use this link to create a XML manifest file which will represent the structure of remote seed pluggable database. Okay. Now we are going to create that XML manifest file for PDB describe. So create XML manifest file to represent remote PDB structure. So exclusively I am mentioning here PDB $seed. Okay. So I am going to do that. So it is done. ls-lrt, this file will be available or not, you can check it. So it is there. Okay. Now we have generated an XML manifest file describing the remote seed pluggable database structure. Now we need to copy data files belonging to the remote seed pluggable database over to the local container database server. Let's identify the remote seed pluggable database data files needs to be copied. So we can find like this way that pluggable data file on this. So it is there U02 CDB2. This and all we need to copy. Call name for A45. So these three files we need to SCP from target remote container to remote server to local container. local server. Okay. Also temp file also we can take it out. It is there. Okay. So these are all the files we need to SCP here. Okay. Now I am going to do SCP like so. We came to know which are what are all the files we need to SCP. So going to target container. I'm going to target container. So here copy this location. So these four files we need to SCP. SCP star Oracle 192.168.58.201, the same location. Same location CDB1. Okay, got it? I am copying this location, all the remote container PDB-seed data files. Okay. Now I need to validate whether this location available or not in this source. I mean that local container end, local server end. ls-ld, because I have dropped that PDB seed, right? So it will be there only. Okay, cool, right? Is there any files is there? Because we have deleted including content only dropped with ls-lrt. So there is no files. Okay. Now we are going to SCP from here to target to source. I am giving the password. So it is transferring. Now you can check the same command you can use. It will be there. It is. You can see here. So all the files copied here. So now we have SCP'd all the files. Okay. Now we can recreate the seed pluggable database in local container CDB1 using remote pluggable database XML manifest file we had been already generated earlier. Let's recreate the seed pluggable database in the local container. Okay. So now we are going to create that feed like seed PDB in local container. So you can use this query like. So here source file name convert we have to do. So PDB. So PDB. Okay, what we will do, I will go to this location. I will give permission to all the files like it is, otherwise it will cd mode. So I have given the permission to this all the files, and again I am coming back to SQL prompt. Select star from global underscore name. So PDB. So it is not there. So we are going to create feed CDB, seed PDB. Sorry, seed PDB. We are going to PDB seed. Sorry, PDB seed. We are going to create on source. I mean local container CDB1. Okay, I'm going to do that. So let's see. So it is created. You can see here. So PDB seed is been created through that target container. I mean remote container. So now validation process, like we need to validate the creation. So PDB is at this stage we have recreated the seed pluggable database $seed PDB $seed using another remote seed pluggable database. So you got it. We have copied, we have created from another pluggable seed PDB seed database. We have copied, we have created from another container database PDB seed. So here I have dropped, I have deleted all the files. I have created that XML manifesto file for PDB seed for remote container. I have created, I have copied all those PDB seed data files into the source, target to source. I have created. So we can now open that seed pluggable database for dictionary synchronization, followed by keeping up that and read only mode shown in the previous section. Previous video, yeah, previous also we can do that, right? So now what we have to do, like we have to execute this one, but we need to open that PDB in read write mode for PDB synchronization. Alter pluggable database. Open read write. So PDB alter pluggable database. Now close and you can open it. Close immediate. Open read only. Okay. Got it? Now we have done. So so now we have validated, and finally we have to be done this one. Oracle underscore parental we need to set to be false, and we have now completely recreated the seed pluggable database kept it in the desired state read only. Now we should be able to create new pluggable database using this seed pluggable database $seed. Okay, so with this I have done. This is part 3 video. We have done part 1 and part 2, part 3. Part 1 we are recreating the PDB seed database using backup. Part 2 and part 3 that without backup we have how we are creating that PDB seed database. Part 2 I have demonstrated like we have created PDB seed pluggable database through that the local available pluggable database PDB. And part 3 this video I have demonstrated like the remote container PDB seed pluggable database have cloned to source container database. We have recreated with that PDB seed to PDB seed. So in this video, I have explored how to restoring recreating seed pluggable database PDB seed in the event of seed database being in the unusual state. However, still we have ways to recreate the pluggable database in the absence of valid backup. So absolutely, yeah, we have we don't have backup means we have the same version of database is running across the server. We can clone from the PDB seed from the remote server to target server or source server. Okay. So with this, we have completed with this tutorial. I hope you all liked this sessions and tutorial as well. Thanks for watching Oracle F1 channel. Kindly do subscribe Oracle F1 channel. We'll see you in another interesting video in next. I'll come up with Oracle 19C, one node rack configuration, and also Oracle 19C, ASM, ASM and rack configuration on Oracle 19C. Also, I have another interesting topic in pipeline like Oracle 19C new feature like automatic indexing feature. So I'm going to demonstrate like in deep dive. So keep on watching Oracle F1 channel. I'll see you on next video. Thank you guys. Bye. See you.